Okay, microphone should be working now. Okay, it is.
Telephone voice.
Radio voice.
Okay, so everything should be running properly now. Where am I getting audio from? Okay, I'm getting it from, that one. Okay. Do 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 do. I'm gonna put that away. Do 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 do. Okay, let's continue onward. Signed, pickled pink. But yeah, I'm live. I know I wasn't around yesterday. Yeah, I kind of had a small bout. I kind of have a small bout of food poisoning, like, going on. I probably ate some bad food. I didn't eat. I gotta eat first. But yeah, I probably ate some bad liver, chicken liver pate that my mother brought home. And she didn't realize it was bad. I don't blame her for that one though. And yeah, no, that was my fault for not looking at it and think, yeah, it'll be fine. It was still cold. Yeah, no, it wasn't cold enough. So that's why I wasn't here yesterday. Also why my voice is kind of messed up, because, like, I've been just losing liquid like crazy. Yeah, I've been, like, losing liquids like nobody's business right now, and it's been kind of uncomfortable because of it. Excessively uncomfortable, if being honest. Very much was an interesting, like, night when I first ate it, and then my body just went, yeah, nope, you're gonna be sick for like a good 2-3 days. So it was interesting to say, nonetheless. Let it get its roar out. Oh, I got its roar all the way out. Okay. Okay, reload. I love how the great jaggy bowgun looks, like heavy bowgun. Looks like I'm carrying around an M240. I was gonna say an M240 Bravo, but no, that's. Looks like I'm carrying around a Modus. Oh no. Okay, why do I only have spread 1? I should have spread 2. I don't know why I don't have spread 2 active. And gun? Dang it. Ah, yep, I got hit. And took the damage. Okay. Okay, grab the red seat, grab the red pit so I have something in my slinger. Gonna need that. Good on Flow Fern. I probably should have bought a water gun with me. Because it's weak against water, but I don't care. I don't care. Grab the footprint. I'm gonna check my item pouch really quickly. Yeah, it's alright what my spread ammo was and put where I want it. Buster. Pouch again. I want my medium bow gun and I want it now. It's my money and I want it now. Ah, it made me remember old commercials. 8100 cash now. I remember old TV. I love it. I miss old TV. How you doing? How you doing today, Crystal? Thought I rolled that. I was wrong. That's good. Okay. Gun away. Shoot me in the face again. Okay, swap to spread 2. Nope, I'm not gonna let you kill me. Reload. Got the stun again. shoot it in the face. But yeah, tonight we're going through doing probably 4 or 5 hours of the game. Haven't decided. I've been really sleepy as of late because of the bad food. Like, most of my day I've slept, and then I had a meeting for my caseworker to find traditional work that I needed to talk to today. So I basically slept until 2 p.m. and then I took care of whatever stuff I need to take care of before stream. I watched Jurassic Park 1 when I was like 7, and it scared the ever-living gecko out of me because I was falling asleep. I didn't know what movie was playing, and my dad left it on. He fell asleep, and I was about to fall asleep, and I heard the T-Rex roar, and it scared me as a child, so I stayed up all night playing Minecraft. I got a weird I know that's a weird story, but that is actually what happened. I'm dead. I really need a vision window. Yeah, that was how I ended up watching the first Jurassic Park. It scared me as a child. Ever since then, I really haven't watched any modern Jurassic Park movie. Yeah. I know it's a stupid reason not to, but that's why. Yeah, but now I'm fighting a T-Rex that breathes fire. With a giant gun. Latch onto its head. Okay. I'm alive. Ah, slinger bomb. The puppy's trying to get the other dog to play. Oh, hi, Basil Geese! Hi! Hi, Goosehead. There's Basil Geese here. Great. Oh, and there's the berry. And there's a berry off. Bar off. And then there's the bar off. Wow, that the Basil Geese kind of came in and took out most of its health. I'm already past Zora Magdaros 2. This is technically high rank now. Basil Geese only shows up after you've defeated Zora Magdaros too. My main fear is Xenojiva, actually. Because Xenojiva requires some prep, and that prep kind of is, it takes a while. Oh. Got hit by its one-shot move, okay. Yeah, Kushala is not gonna be all that fun with only BOWGUN. That one I will just flat out admit, it's not really gonna be that enjoyable of a fight. And then Master Rank has upgraded Kushala, then it has Val Hizak, Black Veil, or Black Veil Val Hizak, which I love the name Val Hizak. It's probably one of my favorite monster names. Not my favorite monster, but it's probably one of my favorite monster names. That's what I wanted to avoid. Okay, it's charged its fire, which is dangerous to me right now. Get rid of the burn. Drink a potion. Okay, I avoided the fire blast. Come on. Ah, no Clutch Claw to Iceborne. Yeah, Clutch Claw is a very interesting thing when it comes to this fan base, I'm gonna be honest. I don't mind it, but I understand why people don't like it. Almost had it. Machine gun. There we go. And this is my most disliked monster down. Not a fan of Anjanath. Like, at all. Ow, that was my jaw. But no, I'm not a fan of Anjanath in, like, any way. Hi, Basil Geese. Leave me alone. It's not leaving me alone. Okay, there we go. It's gone. But yeah, I'm a fan of Clutch Claw. It's a level of verticality that I think works with a like normal formula. Where it's like if you take out the acrobatics and stuff like that, like Helm Splitter, whatever Insect Glaive turned into and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I feel like it would work in a version of the game that didn't have as much like hunter acrobatics type of stuff, where the weapons had actual weight type of thing. Okay, that's that. Let's go talk to the let's go talk to the Melder. Ta-da. It's melding time. I'm going to do this. Here it is. It's Morbin time. That's awful. Okay, that doesn't surprise me that they're gonna do mutant dinosaurs. That's not a shocker to me. I gotta go get 20 bobble cactus. Bobble cacti. That actually says cactuses. The plural is cacti. Okay. I just noticed that in localization. Apparently that did not actually get properly done. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They're doing mutant dinosaurs. They were kind of running out of things to do, so it's just like, well, mutant dinosaur time. And I don't knock them for that. Just, it's pretty meh in my mind. But everything is arc-tempered. I mean, no, I'm not doing that. I would refuse to do that because I'm not crazy. Because, yeah, that sounds like just pain for no reason. And there we go. Hey, it's the bird. Arc-tempered behemoth. I genuinely hate the behemoth fight in this game. I genuinely hate it. And it's for the reason that, like, it's not that hard of a fight, I'm gonna be honest, but the issue is its party wipe mechanic. That party wipe mechanic should never have been put in the game. And then they did the same thing with Alatreon, and Alatreon had it, and then Safi'jiiva had it. Like, genuinely, it's not a good mechanic. I'm gonna be honest, it's not. Like, at least with Safi'jiiva, it can't do what Behemoth can do, which is create the barriers for the party wipe and then break them. Because that's what Behemoth does. Behemoth just flat out breaks the barriers that are needed to survive his party wipe. You could Farcaster it by the final party wipe, but to Farcaster out of it, I think Farcaster's disabled. Like, that, and that's the thing about it. It's like, if they didn't disable Farcaster or gave you better means of escape, maybe I'd be fine with it, but as it sits, I'm really not. And I know that's kind of like a contentious thing to say, but actually, no, it's not really contentious. It's contentious when you start talking Safi, Alatreon, stuff like that. But for Behemoth, it's just not enjoyable, man. Now, like, did Safi do it correctly? Yeah. Did Alatreon? Not really in my mind. Because with Alatreon, you still have to hit it in the face enough times to be able to break it, which means you have to swap your entire build to an elemental build, and if you're running BOWGUN, that means you are using an entirely different BOWGUN. Because you need elements, and at that time you need thunder or ice. Not thunder and ice. You need specifically its weaknesses, and its weaknesses, in most cases, I believe, is water. And the best water weapons you can get come from the sieges. Which, those sieges... the game's already... I've already modded the game a bit. I did that just so I could have better... So monster weaknesses would show up on screen. With the image. But, like, additional monsters, weapons, stuff like that, not really. I tend not to do those mods. And because I'm someone who objectively thinks that you don't need a woman in a game to look like Eve from Stellar Blade to be appealing, I don't install mods that change how the handler looks. Like, straight up, one of my favorite characters in Expedition 33 just looks like your average woman on, like, a normal day. I'm specifically talking Mael or CL. I understand people like the way Lune looks, but I don't get it. And there's a round cactus. There we go. Do 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 do. Drink more liquids. That's better. Yeah, my throat's kind of fried because of the acid reflux from the bad food, so it's like my throat's just like blah. Feels like it's burning. Yeah, that's like that's my thing. Like, I agree with that. Modders appeal to the people who are going to use it for depravity, and then there's people who just want normal mods. Like, I want, like, the only mods I really want for this game are, and I'm not joking, the one that shows elemental weakness, because I already know, I've already beat this game before, so I don't care about showing elemental weakness. And then things like the mod that shows drops by what they are and have a brighter glow to them. That's just because I'm colorblind. Like, I'm legitimately colorblind. So it's like one of those things. And then whenever I look at mods, it's like, can we not have things that are just depravity and stuff like, just filled with depravity? I get people are weird, but that doesn't mean I want to be part of the weirdness. And people ragged on me for saying the statement that Melanie Mack was right when it came to the design of, like, Eve from Stellar Blade and things like, and other characters and other characters like that. Because here's the thing, she was. Like, she straight up was. Same with the Jeremy the Quartering when he talked about it. The point was never about, like, removing, like, women who look appealing in games. The point was not everyone needs to look like a stripper. Not everyone needs to look like they dance like they dance on a pole. Because, like, you look at original You look at like original Lara Croft. Yeah, she shows skin, but she doesn't look like someone who would dance on a pole. Same thing with I point out to like A2 from Nier Automata. A2 is technically one of my favorite characters. Like, as much as I like 2B, I like A2 because A2 is not overdone, not crazy, but she's not overdone. She's not drawn like she's not drawn like 2B. But if you were to ask me what's my favorite design for 2B, it's not from Nier Automata. It's from it's from the mobile game for Nier, where she's in a full, like a full black, almost like ball gown. And I think that shows more of the elegance to 2B's design rather than the high slit skirt, open chest, and visible, I think it's bodysuit. Like, stuff like that. I genuinely enjoy the version of 2B that's in like a full dress because it looks beautiful for a design. And I know people, like, some people will look at me like I'm weird for thinking that, but just genuinely, it's probably one of the better designs that 2B has ever had. And I really want modding to come back to, honestly, like a grounded idea where it's not about like it's not like making things, don't look what I'm about to say, but like H-Doom. H-Doom is atrociously terrible. When I learned about H-Doom, I'm like, this is stupid, and whoever thought of this really needs psychiatric help. Not every game needs to be H-Doom. Don't look up H-Doom, by the way. You will hurt your retinas. You will burn your retinas, and they do not make enough brain bleach for you. Okay. Okay. Millions any veggie. Armory. That gets waterproof mantle, provisional manager, provisions manager to harvest. I forget what drops aqua sac. I gotta look that up. Juratotus, low rank, okay. Juratotus. Nope. The Piscine problem. Halo. Combat evolve. Double kill. Triple kill. Do 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 do. The muscular chef. That is a meat chunk. I'll stop talking like that. Because I guess what? I ain't Jason. I ain't Jason Hall. I don't need to fake my voice. Yes, I'm making that joke. Because obviously, if no one knows, the voice that Jason Hall of Pirate Software is using, yes, that's a fake voice. He is intentionally doing that. He's being highly disingenuous when he does it as well. To be fair, his entire shtick is being highly disingenuous. It's Juratotus. Dude, that is my phone going off. Yes, my alarm tone is a black market can happen anywhere from Toho 18.5. That is my alarm. Yes, that's also my favorite song, like, from modern Toho. Like, anything past 14, really. Okay, I took damage from a fish. Keep shooting the head. Okay, here's the thing. Lavasioth and Hypnocatrice were originally brought into were originally frontier monsters. Hypnocatrice was put into Frontier, into Freedom Unite, and that made a lot of people angry because people were paying for Frontier. Frontier ended in 2019. Them bringing back monsters from Frontier, I think needed to happen. Or specifically, Lavasia. Now, do I think we're going to get any more of them? Or, like, anytime soon? No. Because people hold this idea that Frontier monsters are not really designed for monster mainline games. And I am of the contrary. I think a lot of the monsters from Frontier could very easily be put into mainline games. It's just people have to not have like a giant stigma around Frontier. Because people look at Frontier and think, oh, it's the MMO. That's not real Monster Hunter. I've clearly shown on stream multiple times it is. Once you hit into things like HR 5 or 6, then things start really being like arena-based, arena-focused. Other than that, like, a lot of the monsters in Frontier genuinely should be in the mainline games. And I stand by that statement. I also think like things like I think you could very easily tone down Tonfa and tone down Magnet Spike, simplify their mechanics, make it have a less complicated combo, and you could very easily put them in mainline games. I know that seems weird, but I'm a person who holds firm to the idea of the weapons being grounded, more or less, having weight to them and not being these acrobatic nonsense things that you get now, where you have things like Helm Splitter, you have the Insect Glaive letting you fly, stuff like that. A simple moveset was, I want to say, one of the benefits of early Monster Hunter. And as time went on, time progressed to where you have more and more complicated movesets, and yes, those complicated movesets are fun, but those complicated movesets also bring into the point that if you make more and more complicated movesets, what's going to happen is you need to make the monster's moveset more complicated. So it's basically just it's a constantly progressing power spike that you can't fight against, because it's nothing but power creep at that point. It's who's stronger, the hunter or the monster? Who has the more complicated moveset, the hunter or the monster? If it's the hunter, the monster needs a more complicated moveset to match the more complicated moveset of the weapon. But the moment you do that, well, you now need to add more aspects to the weapons to match the monsters. It's effectively an infinite Jacob's ladder. Here's the thing about Leviathans and World. Leviathans broke the game engine. That was the reason why you didn't get Leviathans in World, is because the Leviathan skeleton quite literally wouldn't work unless it was super modified and the game engine got extremely modified, stuff like that. That's the reason why Leviathans weren't in the game. Like, Lagiacrus was shown early on, but Lagiacrus was not given a monster slot because it would break. And I get the point where people, it's like, well, if I get where you're coming from with, like, Lavasioth has some stuff from Agnoctor. Here's the thing. They couldn't do Leviathans. They can do Leviathans now that they're on RE engine, but the RE engine is an interesting struggle. So it's like, I get people want more. I get people want things like Ignoctor. They want things like Gammoth. They want the more they want the monsters that haven't been able to come back. But there's also limitations. It's the reason why when I talk about wilds, like half the time it's me basically saying the game just doesn't work. And that's due to the fact that yes, they got a bunch of unique things to work in it, but the RE engine is not really built around a game that size. So sure, like wilds could get Ignoctor. Wilds can get things like Gammoth, but fundamentally the game would break the more complicated you make things. And I think Lavasioth is like a good middle line between, well, we can't do super complicated things, but we can at least give you an interesting monster. Same thing if they brought back Hypnocatrice. I'd be happy about Hypnocatrice. Rukudo. I would be fine with Rukudo. I think that's how you say it. Rukudoru? I think that's how you... if Operator's here, he can correct me. But, like, that's the thing. I want to see more of those monsters come back because those monsters fundamentally have some very unique traits to them. Like, they really do. Like, just straight up, Ice Teostra. I'll just use the example of Ice Teostra. Ice Teostra is something that is kind of unique. And that's, like, really saying something, because Ice Teostra, you'd think, oh, it's just a normal Teostra, but it's just a normal Teostra, and its movesets are just, you know, ice. But no, it has entirely custom movesets. A really neat fight. Same with the monster that's just a giant tortoise. And it's basically built like an Adamantoise from Final Fantasy. I have to open another drink. Ah, this heartburn is killing me. Well, this is a green tea with honey ginseng, so I should have a slightly better time talking. Yeah, I think I've made it known that I want more stuff from Frontier. I want the combat grounded and more so not as hyper complex as it is, stuff like that. I have a video idea sitting on my desktop right now that's somewhat typed up about what I would change to Modern Monster Hunter to bring it in line with more of the classic fans who are more a fan of 4th gen and before. Because I put myself there now. I am, like, genuinely more a fan of 4th gen and below. You have, like, a split in the fan base. You have the people who enjoy the classic games, and you have the people who enjoy 5th gen. 5th gen and above. I am someone who sits really more with the people who enjoy the classic games. So I have a video like that, video script like that on my desktop that I'm slowly working on, but I don't know how it would be received and stuff like that. Because I would have to clickbait the title. Like, it's not even like a joke. I would have to clickbait the title.
for it just to get seen, because the YouTube algorithm has changed again. That's why most of the videos that I've been putting out, they're not getting anywhere near, like, the viewership I would expect. And I know part of that's due to the fact that people really come here for Monster Hunter, but it's also they're covering topics that are like genuinely important right now. Things like stop killing games, things like stop killing games, remasters, stuff like that. But yeah, the YouTube algorithm has changed entirely again. Part of the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of YouTube to a degree, but like I like making videos. I like doing it. I like doing that. It's fun. Just not a fan of how they've been changing things. And machine gun. Yumbo Twitter got hacked. What, did it just start saying slurs? Yes, I would find that genuinely funny. I would genuinely find it funny if the Elmo Twitter just started saying random slurs. It would be beyond comical. I have such a weird sense of humor. I really do. Oh yeah, and then Elon Musk made the Twitter companion, and it's kind of creepy. Also, I don't like the fact that they went with the let's do the stellar blade approach to making something. And it should be close to dead. I was right. I love it. I find it funny. I know some people probably don't have this sense of humor, but like, I find that genuinely funny. Like, I'm the person who would make jokes about saying, let's play hot potato with a grenade. That's just who I am. Oh no, is Elmo getting canceled? Do I need to get a bucket of popcorn?
Uh, sad. That's sad. I wanted to see it. I can probably find a video about it. Do do do. Do 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 do. Say cheese. Right, my mind went to cheese from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yep, that's what my mind went to. Chef Platter. Meowskiller Chef wins. Do 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 do. Oh, we're here. Nice. 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 Oh no, I'm making cat jokes. Violence. That's I've got to fight Pookie. What do I have left to do is my question. I forget. I know I got stuff on low rank and high rank to do, but I forget what they are. Not low rank. I have stuff to do on high rank, but I forget what they are. There it is. There's my bacon. You took my bacon. I don't like your words, Mr. Magic Man. Don't like your words, Mr. Magic Man. Suddenly I turn into Clone High JFK. Okay. Tenderize the head. Get on there and shoot it.
I have a shotgun and I'm not afraid to shoot you. My shotgun has infinite ammo, like a movie. And there we go. Don't know how I didn't get hit there. Fatalis would be saying the most heinous things. That's what would be happening. You'd be saying all of the slurs. Directed at all of humanity. And his bio would say, I don't hate someone specifically, I hate everyone. That is exactly what it would say. Heo Death, hello. I can shoot you? That'd be cool. Thank you. I'm running out of level 2 ammo. Dodogama's my favorite monster of all time. I love the way Dodogama looks. He's just a big laughy boy. It's going good. I got my voice back, but I'm still a little sick. How is your day going, Heo Death? Hopefully well. Let's just do that for now. Let's keep Glider Mantle on. But yeah, I love Dodogama. It's one of my favorite monsters. He's just a big laughy boy who eats rocks. It makes things explode. That sounds like me when I'm trying to ask my friends if they want to play, when I ask my friends who also stream if they want to play a game. And they're like, oh, sorry, I got to stream, or I got a collab, or I got this. It's just like, oh, I'm so bored. Because everyone's so busy. It's why I only do like one or two, like, it's why I only like do like 3 or 4 collabs a month. Where it's like Rico, Joseph, all of them are so busy. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it really is. That was me in a lot of my life in school. I just kind of stood there doing nothing because I got all my work and stuff done beforehand, so it just like it turned into me just sitting there, drawing. In elementary, there was a storm drain that if it wasn't after raining, I would go sit on top of because it was comfortable. I would just draw. Yeah, I gradually learned how to deal with that type of situation, which just turned into me having to think of, you know what can I do? If no one wants to be around me, I'll just do something I want to do. And that's how it turned into, I think it was 3 different notebooks just filled with random doodles. Oh yeah, freedom is really weird after you're out of school. It's so strange. Let's see, message. Fire-breathing dragon called Dominus. So they let you play as a dragon that is, I think, the Roman word, either the Roman or Greek word for master. Interesting. Impeccable timing, Hunter. Okay, so we now can go do... I think it's Pink? Pink Wrath? I don't remember. I know it's not Azure. Yeah, it's I think Pink. I think it's the Pink Wrath. Do, 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 do. I am on PC. I currently do not actually own any consoles. I wish I had my N64 still, but I don't. Yeah, the N64 gave out the video chip and it died. Well, no, the video out died. Thing still turned on, like perfectly fine, but the video out but the video out died, so I wasn't able to fix it. When it comes to the challenge runs, if I'm farming, then I'm good with letting people join in. But if I'm doing like story quest progression, I do it solo. And right now I'm currently in story progression. Oh no, what are we fighting? Fireballs? It's Pink Wrath. No, my cat! Cutscene skip mod. I love the cutscene skip mod. It does me so many favors. Yeah, no. This would be the second run because I did do a bowgun only run beforehand, but it kind of stopped midway. For a while, I was just doing Monster Hunter Wilds challenge runs, but I am sick of Wild. In my mind, it's not that fun of a game. So I'm going back doing challenge runs in the older games. I have a plan for Freedom through 4U to do challenge runs in those with bowguns. Because bowgun in 1st gen, 2nd gen, and 3rd and 4th are all fundamentally different to a degree. And I like that. Yeah, that's also... I would say both. It never stops to surprise us, nor does it stop disappointing us. I just want to fling this thing into a wall. Can we stop having 2 monsters here? It never stops to stop. Yeah, Wilds in my mind never stops disappointing me, but it's also that moment of like... I don't know how to phrase it. It surprises me with how bad it can be at times. Okay, it's leaving. I'm not gonna be stuck here, fighting 2 monsters at once. I wanted the okay. I wanted to latch onto the head, not the leg. Okay. But yeah, the more I think about like Wilds, it makes me really want to do the video of how I would necessarily return Monster Hunter to almost like a mix to what I generally think it should be closer to the classic games. And in all honesty, I wouldn't change much. Like I really wouldn't. It's not really. There's not much that would need to be adapted or changed to make it closer to that of like. For 1st through 4th gen. Okay, that was my first death. Evade that monster. I don't want to fight it. I don't want to fight Legania. Oh, there is... Is it... I don't know how to say it. There's a Yaku there. latch onto its head and shoot in the face. Or not. Ow. And shoot it in the face. Rat! I got stunned. Come on, just shoot, take the damage to the face. Okay. Got the red pet. I'm gonna throw it into a wall. They should do it. No. And it's angry. Oh, I can't throw it into a wall now. Okay, just put my weapon away for a second. And go back to spread 2. Where is it going? Oh, it's going down. Okay. I would. Okay. I wanted to dodge, but I failed. I came so far, but no, I got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Punch it into a wall. I don't care if Lagania is leaving, this is my target. Okay. And Zed got in the face. Ah, I got it to fall. Nice. Cool. That was a decent chunk of damage. Spread one. Where's it running to? I don't know where it's running to. This way? It's running this way, I think. I don't have a red pit on me, which is bad. Kick the toad! Kicking toads solves everything. Okay, I'm alive. I'm a liver. I now have a damaged liver. Okay. Ow. Oh. Put a gar on, okay. Okay. Got a red pit right here. I'll take it. Oh, you've got to be joking. Got stunned and right into a fireball. Okay. Stunned into a fireball. The wizard cast fireball. I don't care, I'll burn them all. Why that randomly popped into my head, I don't know. Okay, it's still down there. Right into fireball mode. And is it a punch? One punch! I almost have it, apparently.
Okay.
Oh no, the chicken is around here. Of course, it'd be the cursed blinking chicken. Grab needleberry. That gives me more ammo. Okay, I got my ammo topped out. Go up here. I gotta go up. Okay. That explains it. Reload. Always reloading. Get your butt down here. It's fighting the cat. Okay. Latch on, thank you. Okay, it's in its weakened state. Just keep shooting it in the head. It's gonna stay still, or nope, it's not. Ow! Okay, it's just gonna keep moving about like this. I really gotta bring traps with me. Not having traps on me is a detriment right now. Yay, it's defeated. Downside is this armor for Pink Rathian is honestly not that good. The best Wrath armor, I think, in this entire game is gold. Specifically because of what it does with Divine Protection.
sinuses are ruined right now. Do 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 do. We did it. Welp, I'm at Elder Recess now. That means Ushala, Piostra, not Lunestra, thankfully. Valhazak, Dodogama. I forget the other two. Oh yeah, Lavasiath and I forget the name. Otagon. Yeah, Otagon. The sleep one. Gigante. I don't like the walk and talk segments. I really don't. Oh yeah, we also have to fight Nergigante. That's lava. That's not water. It's raining again. Can we speed up, please? This is taking forever. I hate forced walking segments. In general, forced walking segments are terrible. That could have been one cutscene. I didn't buy ammo, so I gotta do... Gotta do that. Footprints. Old rut, that is the roly-poly here. That is Nergigante. I won't fight you just yet. Yeah, hit with Blast Blight. Come on. It's just sitting there. Okay, I got what I need. Grab Crystal Burst. Drop down this way. Okay, that's not a drop down. Thought that was. Can you... I was stunned. Oh, my body feels terrible now that it started raining. Feels like I just kept... It feels like I got hit with a sack of bricks. Genuinely feels like I just got punched by a sack of bricks. Okay. That's not what I wanted, game. I wanted that. Okay, I've got one more monster. I got two more monsters to see down here. Is it not over here? Lavasia. Lavasia. Where are you? Can't hide from me. No, I need to investigate these either way. Okay, that's good. Yeah, there's Lavasioth. I don't feel like fighting it. Dragonbone Relic. I gotta kill these things because they give me an armor that's gonna be important. Yeah, they're gonna give me an armor that's important for heat resistance. Gastodon Horn. Gastodon Carapace.
Gastrodon carapace. Up I go. Into the great blue yonder. Lost again. Son of a gun. Off I go into the great blue yonder. Lost again. Son of a gun. Okay. Harvest the Gastrodon. Minds, I gotta find a thumbnail artist. I can't ask Kayla because Kayla costs too much. That's not a jab at Kayla. Kayla does good work. But she's, like, tremendously busy all the time. Snowberry. Snowsberry. What's a snowsberry? I remember Charlie and the Charlie and the Charlie Factory. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Good movie. Oh boy. BOWGUN. Yeah, I'm not fighting you. There we go. Lost again. Under the great blue yonder. I don't know why that's stuck in my head right now. It just is. Do we have any pieces I can search for? I don't know. I believe I have access to the high metal set now, though. Which, high metal is good. Go look around this way. See if there's anything over here that I can inspect. don't think there is. Big sads. Hey, it's something. Got a level up on it. Okay. I don't know where they are. That looked really weird. Not gonna lie, that looked kind of weird. Get this camp loaded in. Here we go. I gotta go up? And adamantite seed. I don't need that. Don't need that. Anything specific up here? Besides a crystal burst. Gravity doesn't exist. What are you talking about? Just a myth. A conspiracy theory. Gravity doesn't exist. It's just a conspiracy theory. Gotta find one more. There should be another spot open. I think I'm missing something. Okay, I got the cool drink going.
Hello, Lavavia. Lavia. I try to talk, it does not go well. Sounded like the kid from Ghost Stories English dub. I love that. It's such a stupid thing, but it's funny. If no one's ever watched it, I recommend it. It's very crass, I'll put it that way, but it's really funny. Not what I need. How did that thing get up here? I thought it can't climb. I believe this is a base camp area. Yes. No, this is where you get Plunder Blade. Okay. Took me a second to recognize that. More mining. Cool, I got 2 fire cell. Okay, yeah, I'll head back. Stretch. Trade yard. Just gotta go to the trade yard. Big stretch. Big old stretching. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't like how this game just casually drops. Oh yeah, there's just a bunch of Elder Dragons now. It's like, that's bad. Like, in the past, that would be considered a massive threat needing guild knights. Like, Elder Dragons are supposed to be this thing of myth, basically. Yet, here they are just, like, casually mentioning Elder Dragons. Do 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 do. I am not going to let that message through. Hey, Dayton. You gotta go to Elder Recess and look for traces there. Before I do that, I gotta go. I can talk. Blacksmith. I can talk. Forge equipment. I have, that's high metal. Hiya! Metal. Ingot. Those are just glasses. That looks awful. It's the hiya metal. It's like karate chops. It gives you the ability to do perfect karate chops. No perfect karate chops. Okay. Do. Bad. No perfect karate chops. What about perfect pork chops? Or beef chops? Or lamb chops? Multiple chops. I'll bust you chops. Ukulele. A hat and a hat. That's funny. Yeah, I'll make him look like a little weirdo. Well, then I wish you luck on the stuff leading up to college. I need to go get them dog treats. I don't have any more in my room. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. And dogs have treats. They're nibbling on their treats now. My Jagras cannon can take one of them. Do 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 do. A Meowster jewel. They call me the Meowster. Maintenance. Okay. Mushroom-mancer. I need to kill some moss swine. The Mushroom-mancer is the truest of power. It heals you. It gives you life. It can make you stronger. It can make you have stronger skin. It could also just be drugs. Drugs. How dare you? Get shot. Tank all these shots. Okay, that would give me the stuff to start crafting the heat-proof armor. What do I think about dogs attacking kids and stuff like that? Okay, I say this as someone who has actually fostered 4 pit bulls before. Pit bulls are not inherently... What people call pit bulls is specifically the American Bulldog. They are not a bad breed. They get a bad rap, but that's because the dog was originally bred for guarding. It was a guard duty dog. And a lot of people don't realize that you need to treat them with care. If you come at them aggressive, they're going to be aggressive. If you come at them nicely, they're going to... Odds are they're going to be nice. The point is that they are dogs that are inherently protective. They're like a Chow or a Shiba Inu, where the job of the breed was literally bred to be a protector. And in a lot of the cases where a pit bull bites a child or bites another person or bites a smaller animal is usually in the case when when that animal or person is being what the dog perceives as aggressive. And when people don't understand that, and they think, "Oh, it's a pretty puppy," and they they walk over and put their face right next to theirs, stuff like that. It's only asking for trouble. And people have got very lax on what they teach their children when it comes to animals. Just because it's a dog just because it's a domesticated dog does not mean you can do whatever you want. Like even this one, if she's trying to sleep and I put my face near her,
If I surprise her, she will go to lunge. But that's because I'm surprising her. If I try to put my mouth near her paws, she'll start to growl, she'll start to growl, get in the posture of leave me alone. As much as she's a cuddle bug that just, hey, come here. As much as she's a cuddle bug that loves pets, she's also an animal. She's also a living, breathing dog that fundamentally has its own prerogative in life. You have to treat every animal that you meet like you would treat a human. When they go after motorcycles, it's perceived that goes down to the position of, oh, it was running. And if an animal is very protective, what's going to happen is it's going to see fast-paced running away as something that shouldn't be there. Because in its mind, just like a human, if you're running away as fast as humanly possible, one of two things is occurring. Something's in danger, or you did something where you don't want to get seen. It's, again, it goes down to the whole idea of what about knowing how to handle things. And if you have a dog that is like that, you have to be you can't let the dog off the lead. You can't let the dog just free roam and do whatever it wants. There is a matter of when you work with animals, there is a level of responsibility that comes with it, and it's the fact that you are the one in charge. And if you cannot keep your dog in line, you cannot keep your animal in line. You can keep specific, and you can't keep like the group in line. What's going to happen is they're just going to run havoc. Particularly, they're going to run havoc in the nature of thinking that they have to protect anything that they deem as theirs. It's the fundamental standing of, if I had to phrase it as something, it's basically the idea of the dog standing its ground on what it deems as its own property type of thing. Even in nature, the concept of stand your ground, castle doctrine, and property exists. Like, as much as people think as much as like naturalists, as much as like activists, and, well, to let myself slip a bit, as much as activists, communists, and socialists think property doesn't exist in nature, it does. It's just perceived differently. Where it's like, those two bones. One of them is hers. One of them is hers. Where is she? One of them is one of the others. They will actively fight over those bones. So that they can lay claim to them. They will actively mark one of the bones with their own slobber or their own bites, just to say, this is mine now. And then the other one comes up, does the same thing. It is very much the case scenario in which it's just like you and I, where it's like, it's like, I'll use the example. Dayton, you subscribed to the channel. The money that was yours was your property. upon the transaction of subscribing to the channel, it was transferred to me. That's how humans see it. Animals see property as an entirely fundamental aspect of their life, but in a very different manner. And that's why it's like you have cars, motorcycles, people going through an area. If the dog doesn't want them there, the dog doesn't want them there, and they will defend what they think is theirs. It's the same thing if you have a small child get too close to the dog, and the dog doesn't want the small child there, and they get defensive, but the child keeps pressing, keeps going forward. Eventually, the dog's going to lunge. Because to them, the human transgressed on them. The animal transgressed on what is theirs in their mind. It seems like a weird way to talk about it, but that's genuinely how animals work. Humans have a more complicated way of looking at it, but at the end of the day, it's fundamentally the same concept. Okay, now it's time to go fight Nergigante. Restock with what I can. Do I have any more? I don't have normal potions. That's the thing. People try to regulate how guard animals can function. You're basically barking to make a bad joke. You're barking up the wrong tree at that point, because technically every dog is a guard dog. Every human, technically, is a guard human. And as weird as that sounds, genuinely that's true. It's because every dog is going to want to guard what they think is theirs. It's literally an aspect of nature. Like, you cannot ask a dog to not guard what the dog thinks is theirs. You try to do that, you're basically killing the dog at that point. Because, example, if someone were to break into my house, my dogs are going to immediately go on. My dogs are immediately going to go on alert. I know the golden doodle might actually try to bite someone, and I know I know the yellow lab will go as loud as humanly possible to get my attention. The inherent nature to want to protect what is yours doesn't end with the idea of, well, this is a guard dog and this is not a guard dog type of situation. Okay, Nergigante. Oof. Yeah. If you're talking a stray dog, you won't know. If you're talking a dog that has... If you're talking a dog that has, like, an actual finite area, such as a fence, such as a yard or something like that, then it's automatic you should avoid the area that is a fenced yard. Now, if, say, it's a stray animal, now you're dealing with entirely different circumstances because that animal is now is marking territory how it would in, say, the wild. Like, I can't phrase it any way other besides dogs, cats, rodents, any animal in existence that's not a human has a far more simplistic view of what is and is not property. And when humans try to understand that, it's basically asking a human to understand what is the negative to zero. Hint, it's complicated. Navigate. When you live with dogs, it's a lot easier to understand the concept because you're literally living in that concept of what the dog thinks is and isn't theirs. It takes time. The same thing applies if you have a cat. The same thing applies if you have a rodent, a ferret, a bird. It's the same concept. To take a note from the Fate series, it's conceptual. Therefore, it has always existed within reality itself. Okay, yeah, this is gonna get difficult. I gotta go to light bowgun. No, Valhazak is actually... We woke Valhazak up. Kushala is just Kushala. It wanders around the world doing whatever Kushala wants to do. But, like, with Valhazak, we actually woke Valhazak up. That was entirely the hunter's fault. We woke the thing up. Because because Valhazak was basically just sleeping for as long as Nergigante and them existed. Are you okay? Chickens are particular because they're not very territorial unless you're directly by their nest. Now, if you're talking a rooster, roosters very much mark their territory, and they will hurt you. Yeah, Nuragana is like, ha, yeah, I killed you. Like, okay, Dayton, I get where Dayton, I know where I get where you're coming from. But there isn't a clear, concise answer. Because what example these ones did, wow, my hand is red. My hand is super red. Like example, what she has, what she sees as her territory, what the one that's hiding behind my chair sees as her territory, is very different from like what other, from say what a German Shepherd would do who lives in a single family household. Like there is not a clear, concise answer to this. It's like to pull the quote, to pull a quote from Fate. I couldn't even copy it. If I could copy it, I'd probably die. And that's in relation to the idea of a concept, of trying to understand a concept in its whole nature, down to the point of its very existence. There are some things humans will never understand, and the idea of how animals work completely is one of them. Okay, I gotta start looking at high rank armor. Okay. That's interesting. I find that interesting. Okay. Speed sharpening, bleed resistance. Attack boost, no. I need survivability. Constitution. Best option would be that one. Special attack. Windproof. Hanatake. Hello. High metal for defense boost. Critical eye speed sharpening. Actually. Oh, if no one knows, having Horn Maestro on the Bone set is basically a direct reference to the original idea of, the hunting horn. Viper Topagadachi. Oh yeah, Viper Topagadachi is difficult. Switch X is, you don't always need, this is a common mistake I see a lot of people do. It's always going to sword as often as you can. That will get you killed. With specifically a lot of later game enemies, the idea is you want to choose what mode are you going to be predominantly in, depending on the speed of the enemy. So it's like, example, Viper Topagadachi, it's actually a viable strategy to just stay in axe mode. Just completely avoid sword mode. Because you have more mobility while also having faster attacks. I think in any game, if you saw Fatalis charging at you, Crystal, it'd be terrifying. There are... I take this note from my friend who actually raises chickens, and my aunt who raises chickens. When you have a rooster around, the rooster sees every chicken that it can have offspring with as its property. So basically, if you walk near, I forget what it's called, where chickens stay. A coop. If you walk near a chicken coop, there's a good chance the rooster might attack you. If the rooster doesn't know you. If the rooster knows you, good chances you'll be left alone. If the rooster doesn't know you, you're gonna have to fight off a rooster. That's why when you have a rooster in a group of chickens, it's very important that the rooster knows who you are and you only let specific people in that area. Like, I mean this no joke. Owls are territorial. Roosters are more territorial than owls. Which says a lot. I just need carbonite ore, and I can get that to +3. There actually is an animal that's known for fighting everything it sees for fun. It's called an orca. It's called an orca. Yeah, orcas are kind of terrifying for the fact that they don't care. If they can have fun with it, they're gonna try to fight it, or they're gonna try to completely bully the thing. Have any of you seen footage of killer whales just basically playing volleyball with a live penguin? Or a live seal? It's kind of it's. I'm not even gonna like it's borderline terrifying. Oh yeah, honey badgers. Honey badgers just don't care. Honey badgers just will walk up to things and say, "This is mine now. I will kill you if I need to." The honey badger. There's a reason why Q named a gun after the honey badger. That's why. You kind of can't keep orcas in a zoo because if you do, a few things might happen. But the most common case is someone usually gets killed. And or the orca dies. It's akin to trying to keep a dolphin. Yeah, I was about to make that same. And dolphins are smaller orcas and are more psychotic. Yeah, they are. They are just straight up psychotic to a degree. Yeah, there's a reason why people look at dolphins and it's like, oh, that's such a pretty animal. And then I'm just sitting there like, I know what you're capable of. that is my entire thing. It's like, dolphins are so pretty. Dolphins are evil. They are just straight evil. That's supposed to be a joke, Crystal, but it's that moment of like, yeah, you're not even lying. That's just true. There are very few animals in existence that are defined as near sapient. Orca is not one of them. They're just what's defined as hyper intelligent. It's very difficult to keep hyper intelligent animals in zoos for a reason. It's called they are extremely smart. And in many cases, because they have that level of intelligence, they usually require a different form of oxygen supply. So if it's not like an air-breathing mammal, you're going to end up with situations like the shark, where the shark literally has to keep swimming, or it dies. And that's due to the extra oxygen flow needed for that level of capacity within the brain to work. Glider mantle is so fun. I find it funny sharks are treated like villains, when sharks genuinely don't want to bother humans. It's like, sharks genuinely don't want to bother humans. It's the only time that they bother humans is if they are starving. And if they reach the point of that level of starvation, anything within their surroundings that is edible becomes food. Not just humans, but anything. Heck, they will try to eat a whale. And sometimes it succeeds. Not every shark will go after anything that bleeds. And again, it goes down to the matter of, are they hungry? Truly, if they're that hungry, yeah, they'll go after you. Because this is gonna sound really weird. Humans do not look normal to most animals. Matter of fact, we look extremely intimidating to most animals. And that level of intimidation that's naturally there helps prevent a lot of animals from just wanting to be near us. So even if, like, you're bleeding in front of a shark, if you're more intimidating than the shark will leave you alone. Oh no, I made cats angry. I'm just gonna climb a tree. To most animals in nature, no, we are not cute. We are genuinely terrifying, honestly. Because we are bipedal creatures with opposable thumbs, and, if trained, can run, like, unnaturally fast speeds for bipedal creatures. Within nature. To, like, humans, sure, small children are cute, but that's the thing. Small children. The actual aspect of it is you won't see most animals won't look at a small human baby and go, you know what, I'll take care of it. Unless they've been raised around humans. I need more mining nodes. All I can say is if you got a Rajang drunk, I think it would do, I think you'd get the same result if you got a silverback gorilla drunk. You're not walking away. Odds are, buddy, you're not walking away from that one. Because, yeah, I forget when it occurred, but there were studies of what would happen if you got certain animals drunk. Many of them died. Just many of them died because their body can't process alcohol. But ones that were similar to humans, it wasn't fun for the researchers. I forget when this occurred, but it has occurred a few times in history. You know what? The bugs did nothing wrong. The bugs just want hugs. A shrew has more alcohol tolerance. That is true. A shrew has, I think, if I remember correctly, a shrew can technically get poisoned by a viper and live. Like, they are weirdly tolerant against most things. To a degree that it's kind of questionable on how they do it. Kind of like the honey badger, where the honey badger can get bit by a king cobra and live. A honey badger can get by a honey badger can get bit by a black mamba and live. Like, there are some animals that are just weirdly tolerant against poisons. And alcohol, technically, is a poison. I did hug a stalker. Many times! That stalker had a bad day and it ended up cutting me with its hug. Yeah. A drunk chimp is a chimp that is way more violent than a sober one. Bingo. And the bigger the primate, congratulations, you just you're only making the situation a lot worse. Okay. Forge equipment on Mount Doom. I'll be back in a minute. I have to use the restroom. Okay, you got, hold up. An average Florida man versus monsters from Monster Hunter. We can give the Florida man some credit. Because an average Florida man would be able to do a lot. Let's not diss Florida man, because average Florida man is terrifying. I need Shamo skills. Or Shamo. But yeah, no, an average Florida man, I think, would at least take 1 or 2 monsters down. Like, he could probably hunt a Kulu Yaku. He could probably hunt a Great Jaggy. I think the fight stops at Pookie Pookie. Because of being able to fly and spit poison. Okay, we got the hide. We need the scales. Okay, if you give the Florida man a weapon, he's making his way to he's making his way all the way to Anjanath. Because a bare-handed Florida man can do a lot of things. Yeah, no, because like a bare-handed Florida man can do a lot of things. A bare-handed Florida man, in all honesty, would probably just start making things. I thought we were on our. I thought I was an Australian, because isn't this a beat 'em up, slice 'em up, eat 'em up, carve 'em up simulator? That obviously has to be done by an Australian. And yes, I had to make the Maxor quote. That's 2. Okay, that's 2. I saw that he made a Wilds video, and I watched him like, okay, this is the one time I'm finding Wilds funny. Because the video was genuinely funny. He just wants to be a real boy. I love killing and eating bodies. He just wants to be a real boy. Yeah, that was a genuinely funny video that Maxor put out. I wish I had the editing skills he does. Because then I'd be able to make some funny videos, but I kind of don't. I'm gonna let that thing pass. Okay. Go down already. Thank you. The North American house hippo. I mean, like, he knows how to make good jokes and be very quick-witted, which I thoroughly enjoy.
North American house hippo. Okay. What did you bring me back? What did you return with? You returned with minerals. And items. Potate cat. Man, he's funny. Like, genuinely, Maxor is good at comedic relief. I can only hope one day to be that good. Hey, Alphine. Doing good. Hunts are going well, actually. I'm currently at Nergigante, and I need to get new armor and stuff like that. But other than that, doing good. Casual geographic? What is that? That sounds like something that's full of humor. Okay. I got that going. Have that crafted in case I need it. Some more facts about it. I should have known from the name, but I could only hope. Casual Geographic. That name is funny. Okay, let's continue. I'll just change my weapon mid-hunt. Chimpanzees hunt. I love how YouTube is just straight up blocking some of these messages through. But I can still see it because of the chat, on stream. I got really only one more hunt left in me. Like my arms are starting to go like weird, numb, tingly right now. And it's just because of the weather. Okay. And I will probably try to push through some of the script tonight for the Monster Hunter video that is being worked on in tandem aside of the SMT video. The SMT one's taking its time because I gotta find someone to do the thumbnail and I gotta find a video editor. Okay. Break its head. Wrong direction. Well, I actually got it to go. That's a surprise. Oh no! Dang it! Get onto its head. Damn! How dare you? How dare you put mud on my fancy new boots? There we go.
Got it. Oh no! And just keep shooting. Okay, I got a broken part. Borb. Just Borb. I have not got the Rocksteady mantle. I have not got Rocksteady and Bebop. That's a reference. Unintentional as well, which is funny to me. Guinea pigs are cute. They're like tiny capybaras. Capybara, 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 capybara. What? Okay, blame Critter for me. Blame Critter for that one. Yeah, blame Critter for me knowing that. Okay. I literally couldn't move. It doesn't help that I'm trying to break his head, which is technically his highest armor rating. Oh, he's almost dead. That or machine gun mode. Okay. Oh. Neat. Hit by okay. Yeah, it does. It fills the gauge excessively quick and wild, and that's just because piercing hits way too many times. My thing about Heavy Bowgun is they got rid of Wyvern Heart. You know, Wyvern Snipe. And I like Wyvern Snipe. And shoot it in the face. Oh, hi, Basil Geese! Why are you always in my maps? Oh, Basil Geese, why do you keep showing up? Basil, I don't care how you say it. Curse you, Basil Geese! Basil Geese has released the monster it should never have touched. It's time for... Joe Man, Kool-Aid Savage. Get over here, brother! Hey, brother! It's time for a fist fight! That was the most anticlimactic fight ever. The most anticlimactic fight ever. Doo-doo. Okay. Wind resistance? Cool. I can now resist the wind. It's like I got a windbreaker on. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Just am. You see, there was a story of a wanderer. A wanderer who said, "Let there be pineapple." And everyone questioned, what was a pineapple? Because this was 1762. That's so stupid. Okay, that's gonna be stream. My throat's still a little messed up. I'll be back tomorrow. And Friday. So I will be back, and see y'all later. God bless.